Okay, so what we're going to do is we are going to make a model that will be controlled by a design table. And what a design table does is allows you to have a bunch of different configurations based off a single model. And it's a spreadsheet thing that we'll get to. Where is this useful? Things like screws. Because screws are basically the same except some of the dimensions are different. Same size, same shape, and it's just all about how the dimensions change. So let's make a screw. We're going to be doing some socket head cap screws. And let's just start out. We'll sketch. We'll make a circle. Start here at the middle. And we'll give it a dimension to make sure it's fully constrained. So we'll put that at a 1/2 inch. Okay, and then we'll make that 1.5 inches long. So we'll exit the sketch. Go into Features, Extruded Boss Base. We'll select our completed thing there and make it 1.5 inches. And then hit OK. It should zoom out. So there we go. And so now what we want to do is we want to build the head of our screw. So we'll select this plane here. We'll draw a circle on top. And we'll give that a dimension so it'll be fully constrained, 0.75. And so there's our head, and we'll extrude that out 1/2 inch. So exit the sketch. Since we started it in the feature tool, it automatically brings us to this. And so 1/2 inch, and so there we go. It kind of sort of looks like a screw. Okay, so I want to do a socket head cap screw, and that's the kind of screw that's you twist down with an Allen wrench shaped thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into sketch here, and we're going to actually sketch out that top portion. And so what we're going to do is we're going to use the polygon tool. And so we can sit there and we're going to do a hex, so that's 6. Let's start it here in the center, and I was quick on dropping that, but that's okay. And so now, oh, I accidentally made another one. I don't want to do that. Okay, so now we want to add a dimension. Now notice that you see we've got a construction circle on the inside, and it's tangent to all these points. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a height here, and I'm going to say that that is 0.375 inches. And so there we go, that's a little bit better on the thing. And so now it's still not fully constrained. I want to take this thing and we'll make it horizontal, and there we go. So I just need one of those in there to kind of lock it into place, and everything else is fully constrained, so we can use that. It's pretty easy. It's a neat little tool. We're going to extrude cut because we want to cut material out. And we'll take out 0.245 inches of material. And there's our cutout for our hex tool. Okay. And so the next thing that we want to do is we're going to want to put in some cosmetic threads. And so why cosmetic threads? Well, this is obviously not what a bolt looks like. It would have our ridge, our little ridge pattern showing our root diameter and showing the major diameter of the thread, and we'd see all the pitch and all that. So typically when you model stuff, you model the male and female screws at the largest. For the male, the largest diameter. For the female, the smallest diameter. And then there'll be overlap. So on a drawing, that would be shown by a hidden line showing you the threads there. In a threaded thing on the end, typically what you would do is sometimes you would just put a chamfer in showing where the small end of the thread is. Why don't we model threads? For the most part, because it takes a lot of processing power and it's not really needed. So, especially because it is a spiral, so there's a lot of math going on. But SolidWorks has got a really cool little thing that you can put in cosmetic threads. So if we click on our edge here where we're going to start, and we want to go to up here to insert, and we're looking for annotations down here, and then we should be able to put in a cosmetic thread. Okay, now as it's doing on that, so thread setting, the edge, we've given the edge, that's where it knows where to put the threads. We want to start from this face here. We want the length to be 1 inch. And so the diameter. So the diameter is basically the minor diameter, the root of the thread. And so what we have here is we model it in a 1/2 inch. And so if we look at the Unified Series course, the UNC threads, for a 1/2 inch, the thread smallest diameter is actually 0.408 inches. So we're going to put that in. Where do I get this information? You can find this on little charts and stuff. I actually, somewhere around my house, I've got these slidey things that I had from when I worked that you could slide and figure out what all the dimensions of a screw were. It was pretty handy. Anyway, so we got all that in there. We hit OK. And so we should see, well, we've got the minor part of the thread there. Now we have to go and actually turn on, excuse me, sorry about that, just had to cough. So if we go over here and let's look at our shaded one, we can see that we've got our thread in there. What am I looking for? I'm looking for this guy right here. Okay, wait a second. So it used to show you something when you went to wireframe. I don't know if it does that anymore. Maybe it's only in the drawings. But anyway, let's go to annotations. Right click on that and go to details. And we can turn on shaded cosmetic threads. And so that gives us, there it fakes out our thread. Now all it's really doing is it's just showing kind of a sort of weird, it's not really a thread because you can see it doesn't spiral up. But it does allow you to look at the part and kind of see, oh yeah, that area is threaded. So that's a kind of handy thing. Okay, so now we've got our base of our screw down. So let's save that so we can hold on to it. And we'll just call this, what are we going to call it? Call it cap screw because that's what it is. Okay, so the next thing that we want to do is we're actually going to build a design table off this, and that'll be in the next video.